right, thank you for joining me today. We are working on Lesson 23, Session 2. We are continuing to make area models representing fractions, multiplying fractions. We're on page 495, and number 1 says to draw an area model to show 3 times 2/5 and then write the product. And remember, product is simply the answer in multiplication. And so this really is telling me to do 3 groups of 2/5. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, and then I'm going to shade in, I'm going to use a highlighter to shade in my 2/5. And I can see visually that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/5. But again, going back to how we learned in our last lesson, we can go ahead and add those 3 groups together, 2/5 plus 2/5 plus 2/5. That gets us also 6/5. Or we can do what the book wants us to and simply multiply. We're going to multiply that whole number by the numerator, and we're going to get 6/5. Now to decompose or simplify this, this number, we would take out a whole, which is going to be 5/5, and what we have left over is 1/5, and so our total then would be 1 and 1/5, and this would be converting this improper fraction into a mixed number. So we have improper fraction here. And this is our mixed number. And we've used these terms before in class. All right, so number 2 says, draw an area model to show 6/1/5 and then write the product. So we're gonna have 6 groups this time instead of 3 groups. And I apologize, my groups are not very equal there, but I'm assuming they're equal for the purpose of this lesson. And then again, it's 6 groups of 1/5. So I'm just gonna shade those top ones right there, and I can count and see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/5 shaded. But also I can do 6 times the 1, just simply in the equation. 6 times 1 is 6, so my fraction now is 6/5. Right, moving on to the next page, we're going to go to 496. And what this page shows is simply a different way to show multiplication using a number line. So if your preference is to use a number line, you can use a tool such as this to help you. If you like the area model, you can do that. Or if you simply already understand how to multiply fractions because you're multiplying the whole number by the numerator, you can work it out simply through standard algorithm. But for right here, it says fill in the blanks on the number line to show 4 times 3/5, then write the product. So what I'm doing is I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's my 4 groups, right? Here's group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4 of 3/5. And so I count, I get to the 3/5, then I go 4, 5, 6/5, 7, 8, 9/5. 10, 11, 12/5. And what I like about this equation and looking at it this way is I can see that I'm actually counting by multiples of 3. You catch that? We're at 3, 6, 9, and then 12. And that's really what 4 times 3 is. It's 12. And so if we just solve the problem through standard algorithm, we would have 4 times 3, which is 12 over 5. And then we need to decompose that. So I'm going to take out my wholes, which would be 5 over 5 plus 5 over 5. And then I have 2 left over, 2 fifths. And this will give me 1 plus 1 plus 2 fifths for a total of 2 and 2 fifths. And you can actually see that we've gone from the whole number 1, here's the whole number 2, and then here's a 1/5 and a 2/5 that we've jumped. So we're at 2 and 2 fifths. Okay, so now we are going to label the number line below to show 6 times 2 fifths and then write the product. So this will be group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and group 6. And you can see the denominator is 10, so there's actually 10 hash marks there. So if you wanted to label them all, 1/10, 2/10, you can label them all. Okay, and we're counting by 2/10, so we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and we end up at 12/10. Also, you can just solve it mathematically. 6 times 2 is 12 over 10, and then we would decompose that 10 over 10, which is our whole number, plus we would have 2/10 left over, and we're going to leave that for right now at 1 and 2/10. There's no need at this time, if you guys do know, if you understand how to simplify, there's no need to simplify this last fraction at this time. Okay, and we're going to look down now at the bottom here, and we're going to look at number 6. It says choose any model to show 3 times 2/4, then write the product. I think for me personally, I like the area models. I think they're more fun to draw. But you can use a number line if that's how you want to do it. Again, for area model, we're just going to have 3 groups. We're going to separate those groups into 4s because that's what our denominator tells us to do. And I'm going to shade in my 2/4. And I can see easily my answer is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/4 because that's what I have shaded here. And then I confirm 3 times 2 is 6. And then I'm going to decompose that. 4 over 4 plus 2 over 4. And that would be 1 plus 2 over 4 to get me a decomposed mixed number of 1 and 2/4. And that includes this session for the day. You are now set up to be able to work page 497 and 498. Good luck, and until next time.